No one could say that the world of bodybuilding isn't diverse. Today's video about the unusual prove that more people are capable of high achievement than you have thought possible. Number 8. Barbie Steinsholt Thomas. Barbie is 37 and has no arms. She lost them when she was 2 due to an accident with a transformer. She climbed onto the transformer, grabbed on the wires, and the electricity burned her arms all the way to the bone. They were like charcoal, says Barbie. Her arms had to be amputated from shoulders down as a result. The doctor said that she would probably not live, and that if she did, she would be a vegetable for the rest of her life. Luckily, Barbie recovered. Today, Barbie is fearless. She does almost anything a person with arms can do. She drives, types email, dances, puts on her shoes, lifts weights, cooks, wears her clothes, and runs on the track all by herself. Not only that, she is also a professional bodybuilder. Yes, you heard that right, a professional bodybuilder. Have you ever complained about not being able to exercise because you're too tired, because the gym is too far away, or because you don't feel motivated to work out? We know we have, but those excuses are meaningless in the face of this brave, strong, unusual bodybuilder. Number 7. Amanda Loy. Little Women Dallas always kicks off featuring a great cast lineup, including the time when we saw Amanda Loy on it. But who is she? Amanda, who uses the tag Tiny Titan on her social media profiles, is a 4-foot 2-inch model and the world's smallest female figure bodybuilder. She began competing in 2014 at age 22 and walked away with a trophy at her first ever competition. Amanda, of Scottsdale, Arizona, was born with hypochondroplasia, which is a type of dwarfism, but her body is still in proportion, unlike some other types. This allows her to compete with average-sized bodybuilders. Her vital stats listed on her model profile show she weighs 70 pounds with a 20-inch waist, blue eyes, and blonde hair. As a model, she will do everything from cosplay to acting and glamour. She's super fit and spends around 14 hours going to the gym each week, eating 6 meals a day to keep herself pumped. You go, girl. Number 6. Nick Scott. Nick Scott is a disabled professional bodybuilder, wheelchair ballroom dancer, author, and motivational speaker. Scott lost nearly all use of his legs in a car accident at the age of 16. Shortly afterward, he started weight training, going on to compete and win in powerlifting competitions in the bench press. As a bodybuilder, he helped to develop the sport of wheelchair bodybuilding, organizing the first IFBB Pro Wheelchair Championships in 2011, and getting the IFBB Professional Wheelchair Division added to the Arnold Classic in 2016. As a professional wheelchair ballroom dancer, he and his partner Aubrey Marchione have competed at the national and international level, becoming number 1 in the sport in the U.S. and dancing in front of Pope Francis in 2015. His film Perspective, about his own story, won overall Best Film at the 2011 Arnold Sports Film Festival, and you should check it out to find unparalleled inspiration to live your best life regardless of your circumstances. Number 5. Mark Smith. Mark Smith is not your normal war veteran. He is the picture of inspiration and a person that still gives back to the less fortunate. Mark has an incredible story, and we are excited to reveal his great life story and future projects. Mark Smith served with the 1st Battalion Grenadier Guards from 2003 to 2013 on operational tours of Bosnia, Iraq, and Afghanistan, and also served overseas in Jamaica, the Falkland Islands, Kenya, and Canada. His role in the UK included ceremonial duties involving guarding the royal palaces and the crown jewels in London and Windsor. During his time during service, he reached the rank of Lance Sergeant. In 2011, an incident would change Mark's life forever. Whilst on a live firing range in Canada, Mark was shot several times through a temporary building wall. The shots hit his leg, severing his femoral artery, and another round hit his shoulder, taking out his anterior deltoid. With the shots to the leg, Mark suffered substantial blood loss and actually flatlined for 5 minutes, needing to be resuscitated on more than one occasion. Unfortunately, after a couple of days on life support, Mark needed to have his right leg amputated above the knee. 27 operations and 2 years later, he was medically discharged in 2013. After a life-changing experience such as what Mark went through, many would just give up and feel sorry for themselves, but Mark looked ahead to the positives. Wanting to push his limits ever since, Mark has competed in bodybuilding, with his undoubted highlight being that he got to share the stage with 7 times Mr. Olympia Phil Heath in Houston, Texas in 2015. After competing in bodybuilding competitions 9 times in total, Mark wanted a new challenge. He progressed to competing in Disabled Strongman, going on to win Britain's Strongest Disabled Man in 2016 and 2017. Mark also went on to win the Arnold Classic in Columbus, Ohio in 2017 and 2018, and as well won England's Strongest Disabled Man in 2018. Mark has now returned to his first love, football, soccer for our American and Canadian friends. Football is something Mark absolutely loved growing up and continued to play during his time in the Grenadier Guards. Number 4. Matt Krosowski, Janae Marie. Janae Marie Krosowski is a master of change, but nothing she does is by accident. She has spent decades building immense strength and power in the weight room, then relentlessly applied that strength to build the life she wants. Under the name Matt, she was an elite powerlifter and bodybuilder for a career lasting over 20 years. After conquering the all-time powerlifting total in the 220-pound class in 2009, there was almost nobody as strong on the planet. How strong? In a video from 2013, she performed sets of single-arm croc rows using 310-pound dumbbells. Then in 2015, Matt publicly transitioned to Janae Marie Croc, a transgender, gender-fluid she-her. She has spoken at numerous seminars, being the subject of the award-winning documentary Transformer, and has been a tireless advocate and example for the LGBTQ community. Through it all, one thing has never changed: her passion for training and preparing herself for the next challenge. Number 3. Hassan Banks. Hassan Mr. No Excuses Banks is a remarkable NPC men's physique competitor who has stood many odds to participate in the fitness competition. Back in 2009, he was diagnosed with spinocerebellar ataxia type 7, which is a health complication that impaired his motor skills. Some of the movements which are affected include balance, walking, coordination, as well as speech. Although he had a serious health complication, he never gave up. Mr. No Excuses did not find an excuse in his health complication and stopped working out like many will opt to do. Although the health complication has no known cure, he was determined to live. From his account of what happened, he was told by the doctor that he will not stay for long before he would be rendered wheelchair-bound. Hassan Banks had unshaken determination to overcome all odds, and he did. Number 2. Vinnie Poppleton. This mini Mr. Olympia will look just like any other ordinary 12-year-old kid when fully dressed at the shopping malls. If you think this boy is normal, then think twice. His passion is to flex his muscles for judges to see and award his points. The boy confirms that the level of adrenaline that climbs through his blood at that moment is enough to punch a baby elephant down. Really, you may ask? Well, let's just say that this boy is not mini Olympia for no reason. I like the feeling of being on stage, like that adrenaline rush and how I look, Poppleton said. Show your muscularity for the judges and try to impress them so you can win your competition, Poppleton said. But with that comes self-discipline that most other kids his age don't have. Number 1. Raymoon. If you haven't come across this man already, then you are in for a treat. Meet Raymoon, 83, who is reportedly the world's oldest competitive bodybuilder. Moon was in action at the NABBA International Championships in Melbourne, Australia. Not only is Moon strutting his stuff in competition, but he is also doing so 2 years along from a battle with bladder cancer. By the way, Moon was competing in the over 35 class. While he did not place in the competition owing to his health, the man beat cancer, started from scratch at the gym once he was feeling better enough to lift again, and got back into pretty amazing shape for an octogenarian, so we'll call him a winner anyway. How can one quantify success in terms of a person's fighting spirit? This man did not let cancer or age stop him from getting into the game. Raymoon, we say good on you. Your fighting spirit is a true example to all of us. Now, what is your excuse? That's all for this video, folks. See you another time.